Alexander Parkes first publicly demonstrated plastic at the 1862 Great International Exhibition in London. The material was called Parkesine. It was an organic material made from cellulose. Once the cellulose was heated, it could be molded, and it retained its shape when cooled. Parkes had worked for a while on the production of natural rubber. He became interested in other substances which were similar to rubber and could retain their industrial standing in the growing industrial market. He studied cellulose nitrate and developed a new matter which could be used in a solid which would be rigid, flexible, water-resistant, and could also be used for tools as well as containers. John Hyatt produced a compound with a base of cellulose nitrate in 1869. Celluloid was patented in July 1870. The first factory to produce celluloid was Albany Dental Plate Company, which produced celluloid to be used to make dental impressions. This became a very popular substance, and the term celluloid is a widespread term for the substance. The chemical name of plastic is most commonly listed as polyvinyl chloride, also known as PVC, although it also has very many other names. The chemical formula for PVC is CH2. The molecular shape in VSEPR theory is classified as linear. The melting point is 80 degrees Celsius, 176 degrees Fahrenheit. The electronegativity of plastic can best be attributed to its formula, CH2. Hydrogen has an electronegativity of 2.20 and carbon has an electronegativity of 2.5. Therefore, the electronegativity of plastic is approximately 7. The ionization energy of carbon is 1086.4 kilojoules per mole, and the ionization energy of hydrogen is 1,312 kilojoules per mole. So combined, the ionization energy of plastic is approximately 3,710. The atomic radius of carbon is 67 pm, and the atomic radius of hydrogen is 53 pm. So the combined atomic radius of plastic is 173 pm. Plastic is commonly used in containers, appliances, cutlery, drinks bottles, CDs, eyeglasses, riot shields, traffic lights, shower curtains, flooring, supermarket bags, and other things as well. Special purpose plastics can be used for contact lenses, plexiglass, plumber's tape, and other things. 2% of plastics are used for medical reasons, 7% is used in agriculture, 23% is used in building and construction, 35% in packaging, and the rest of these percentages are attributed to such things as transportation, toys, sports, electronics, housewares, and other categories. The U.S. plastics industry employs more than 1.1 million workers and created $379 billion in annual shipments. It had a $10.9 billion trade surplus in 2007. Without plastic, the total volume of packaging waste would increase by around 160%. There are nearly 18,500 plastics facilities in the U.S., and there is a presence in every state. Plastic is partially sustainable because you have the ability to use it over and over again, but you can only use it for so long. Eventually, it has to be thrown out and replaced with new material. However, grocery stores and other establishments have been searching for ways to create less waste. Based on concerns that plastic bags would harm the environment, many grocery stores now produce recyclable bagging options. Many are searching for alternative options to plastic containers, which can be wasteful, but plastic is still an important part of our American industry. The end. Different types of plastic require different processing to be reformulated and reused as raw material. Some cities accept all types of plastic for recycling, but others only accept certain plastic objects, such as containers and bottles with certain plastic grading numbers. The Society of the Plastic Industry created symbol codes for grades of plastic in 1988 so that consumers and recycling companies could differentiate between types of plastic. And also, this created a uniform coding system for manufacturers that use plastic. These plastic grades come in the form of a digit 1 to 7 surrounded by a triangle of arrows printed on a plastic object. The 7 classes are PET, HDPE, PVC, LDPE, PP, PS, and other. Plastics degrade very slowly because the molecular bonds make plastic resistant to natural processes of degradation. Since the 1950s, 1 billion tons of plastic has been discarded and may persist for hundreds of years. In some cases, burning plastic can emit toxic exhausts. One toxin releases cyanide, and there are tons of carcinogens involved. Benzene, substituted toluenes, chlorinated hydrocarbons similar to pesticides and others are other toxins released. Thermoplastics can be remelted and reused. Thermoset plastics can be ground up and used as filler.